The man who plays for elephants, plays piano for elephants. I don't know how long ago I saw this guy first. Probably a couple years ago. I've always found his videos interesting. I think anybody would. It's interesting to see what communication is like between sentient creatures through a crafted, creative interface like music. I think all sentient creatures enjoy organized sound like that, and to a creature like an elephant, it probably is like really mystifying and quite, enjoyable. I think the first video I saw of him playing for an elephant was a young bull, and it's a great example of why we got to remember that other types of animals are not humans. Sometimes we tend to want to pretend that they aren't. And this young bull was very interested and inquisitive as to how this whole sound thing was working. And you don't want an inquisitive young elephant on your piano. I just recall him grabbing the music, trying to stand on the piano, getting into all kinds of hell. Anyway, I picked this as an example of what he's done in case you didn't know. This is one of my favorite pieces of all times, Moonlight Sonata. Now, the man who plays piano for elephants, his name is what? It is Paul Barton. I didn't know that before last night because I wasn't aware of any reason to look further into it. But after last night, I decided I would look further into this guy. It's really interesting what he does. And, I'm sure he understands much more, obviously much more than I do about what the elephant is experiencing, what any sentient creature would experience when listening to music. I don't know what that elephant is experiencing, but hopefully it's a enjoyable and peaceful thing to him. And Moonlight Sonata would seem to be one of the most perfect pieces of music for sentient creatures to interact with each other via. The song to me is just its perfection. And I went to Wikipedia to see if there was an explanation for its type of perfection. I was actually even hoping I'd find something about mathematical perfection, but I didn't find anything about that. An interesting quote I saw is this piece, this first movement, which ended up being called Moonlight Sonata, is one of those poems that human language does not know how to qualify. I think that's a pretty cool explanation. There was somebody else that compared it to ghosts walking through the forest. And I did realize it was at some point some critic called it the Moonlight Sonata, and that was a name that stuck with it. And it does evoke that kind of imagery, and it's really cool to see this guy playing piano at night, sparsely lit, to a giant creature, a giant sentient being like that, an elephant. To me, if we had to interface with creatures from a faraway planet, this song would be a great starting point. It's not an extremely complicated song, it's just a perfected song. It is creative perfection. There's no loose ends, there's nothing that's been missed. It's perfection in its entirety, in its complete form. And I think it is the kind of message that says, I am sentient and I know. And I'm handing you this message because I know that you know. And it's just an agreement. I could see a foreign creature listening to this and just nodding and saying, yes, this is acceptable. It is perfection. Not in that the quality of the music is perfection, which I think it is, but in that the creation of it is an understanding of what perfection is. And it's to know that you are a sentient being and be aware that I am now understanding the message that you are giving to me. I hope that Mr. Barton won't mind me sharing his videos on his behalf, unbeknownst to himself. I'll take them down if he wants me to. I absolutely am not posting these videos to bring attention to myself. I'm posting this collection, this little edited collection of his videos to bring attention to him and what he has done. And this right here is the reason why this suddenly became very interesting to me. Already this very interesting phenomena is starting to occur where his young daughter realizes this controlled sound is expression. It's creative expression, and it inspires in a willing sentient being a reflective imagination that reflects creativity back to the source. I honestly don't know what to say. As our Moonlight Sonata critic had said a long time ago, it is one of those poems that human language does not know how to qualify. Now, as you can imagine, being brought up, being raised in this incredibly creative environment gives us a person like this. This song, I've never heard anything like this song. It's very simple, but it is so charming and beautiful.
Sawadika! My mom and I would like to sing Loi Glatong. We sing it on the night of the full winter moon. It's to wish you a very happy new year. One pen and chip song, nam ganong, dem daling, rao thang lai, trying, sanukกันจึงวันลอยกระทง One pen and chip song, nam ganong, dem daling, rao thang lai, trying, sanukกันจึงวันลอยกระทง ลอยลอยกระทง ลอยลอยกระทง ลอยกระทงกันแล้วก็เทนกแก้วออกมารำวงวันลอยกระทงรำวงวันลอยกระทงบุญจะส่งให้แล้วสุดใจบุญจะส่งให้เราสุขใจ
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention they're in Thailand. That's one of the few places in the world where they could be, to have both access to computers like our little friend here does, and also go into a reserve and play music for elephants.
Actually, I don't think too much when I'm editing. I just listen to and follow my instincts about what looks right.
She probably isn't aware that there is anything she cannot do. If you feel that you can do it in this type of environment, you can certainly do it. Now, this poor cat got really messed up somehow, and they've been fixing him up. I don't know how he got hurt, but he is a really cool-looking dude.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
I think now you can see why I was suddenly very interested in this family. I'm going to link his YouTube page below. This guy is well worth the follow. His family is. This is just an incredible experience.